Is it possible to live a life without emotional pain? It is, but you might find that you will not enjoy it very much. Hi, my name is Katja Cahoon. I'm a yoga teacher and psychotherapist. I want to start with a quote by C.S. Lewis, and I'll read it to you. And it kind of already gives the answer to the question, and then I'll elaborate a little bit on it. To love at all is to be vulnerable. Love anything, and your heart will be wrung and possibly broken. If you want to make sure of keeping it intact, you must give it to absolutely no one, not even an animal. Wrap it carefully round with hobbies and little luxuries. Avoid all entanglements. Lock it up safe in the casket or coffin of your selfishness. But in that casket, safe, dark, motionless, airless, it will change. It will not be broken. It will become unbreakable, impenetrable, irredeemable. To love is to be vulnerable. I really love that quote. It very much speaks to me, and it really speaks to me because of my own personal experiences. When I was 15 or 16, my heart was broken by some boy, and I decided, you know what, I'm never going to feel pain again. I just don't want to go through that. I hadn't really learned in my family how to deal with painful or difficult emotions, so my solution was, you know what, I'm just going to shut it down. And I did. And I lived an incredibly numb and sad life. I experienced depression and anxiety and a variety of other things and used a variety of things to numb myself out. And many of the clients who come to me say, you know what, I don't want to feel pain anymore and I want to feel happier. So what they're really saying and yearning for is not to feel any unpleasant emotions, but to feel more of the pleasant ones. And unfortunately, that's just not how it works. And if we numb something, if we shut something down, we shut it all down. So really, the solution is to learn to be with pain and difficulty and to know that it passes. And that's really that final line of the quote, to love is to be vulnerable, right? If we love anything, whether it's a person, a pet, a profession, a job, a home, it makes us vulnerable because that can be taken away. Sometimes we have no control or power over that, right? Sometimes it just happens. Someone leaves us, someone dies, we lose a home for whatever reason. So that can create a lot of pain and suffering in our lives. And we try our best to avoid that. But really, actually, the more powerful way is to learn to deal with that, to learn to deal with grief, with disappointment, with setbacks, whatever it might be. And that's really been my own personal journey, is to learn to deal with that and to realize this, you know, as much as it hurts in the moment or as hard as it is, it does pass. And that's really the superpower. And how do we do that? Well, we learn to befriend our emotions, whether that's in therapy, through mindfulness, through yoga, through coaching, through reading. When we learn to befriend all our emotions and realize that everything passes, the positive, the pleasant, or the unpleasant, then we really cannot lose. And that's true for both sides, right? Joy passes too, but we want to grasp it, right? And the second we grasp it, it actually passes. And we want to resist and push away the unpleasant ones. Going back to our quote, to love is to be vulnerable, really the solution for living without emotional pain is to accept that there is emotional pain and that the less we resist, the more we can embrace it and work with it and through it, the faster it passes and the more joy and pleasantness and happiness we experience in our lives. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you got something out of it. Please feel free to comment or subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.